Well, this is a topic that is often overlooked, and that is how we handle and how we deal with grief. And everyone handles it in a different way. And here are some ideas to help everyone cope through this time in our lives. Is Curtis Ottinger and Allison Barron from Heritage Funeral Home. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good to see you
Good morning
Glad
to see
to
you
be here.
again. All right, so talk to me a little bit more about what your grief counseling program is and really who this is for.
Okay.
Well, we opened this up in May for any family that has been affected by grief of any way. It's not just families that we have served. Anyone in the community can attend any kind of loss. And Allison came aboard as our grief counselor, and she's done an amazing job. I'll let her tell you a little bit about.
Thank you. It's a privilege to be here. Thank you for having us this morning. A lot of people think of grief as just when someone passes away or
Right.
when they lose a loved one, but actually grief is any type of loss that you've experienced that changes your life, whether it be divorce, a change in job, any type of thing like that you are suffering from. So it helps a lot of variety of people in the community. It really does.
And so you mentioned that this is for others, not just the loss of life, but definitely that as well.
Right.
And I love that you do not have to be, a family of the
No,
funeral home as
we-
well. So talk to me about how we get a little bit more information and how we get enrolled and what is the true process?
Okay. What we do is the first session we try to help identify the actual source of grief. So we get to know each other that first session. It's about a 6-week course, but you can
Is
jump
this
in
a
anytime.
one-on-one or is it like a group
It
setting?
is a group setting.
Okay.
And there's a lot of wisdom in those chairs. I
Right.
always tell everybody, listen to the people around you because that's key. We're all at a different phase of grief ourselves. So you can jump in at any session. It doesn't rely on the session before to catch up. It's easy to jump in on one of those 6-week sessions. A lot of people go over to the next rotation. They really get so much from it. They rely on each other.
I was going to say, how much do you see with this group setting that it's not so much, the individual person acknowledging the grief and working through it, but it's working with those around you and realizing that other people are going through the same things.
That's it, because so many people question. They go, I'm in this fog, I'm in a funk that I don't understand.
And we feel alone.
We really do, and isolate ourselves. We think, I'll be okay, I'll just shut my door and be okay. But once they come and they realize it's not a threatening situation, it's a welcome environment. You don't have to talk if you don't want to, but there's advice, there's tools to help get you through it, to help you cope in a healthier way.
And sometimes just listening. You said you don't have to talk. Sometimes just listening
Sometimes
helps a
listening
lot.
is the greatest source.
Okay, so how do we need to get enrolled in this process?
Well, you can either show up or you can RSVP. We provide refreshments, so that's the reason we RSVP. We provide those for people who are coming straight from work. It starts at 6:30 p.m. every Thursday evening at East Brainerd Chapel of Heritage Funeral Home on East Brainerd Road. We'd be happy to have you come and at least give it a try. It can't hurt.
Absolutely. And you said it's a 6-week and more
It
if you
is.
want it as well.
Absolutely, it's available.
All right, so not to switch gears a little bit, and we'll revisit this as well before we
Sure.
go to commercial break, but you have some exciting events happening soon, Curtis.
I do.
All right.
I'm a candidate for Real Men Wear Pink this year, fundraising for women who are fighting breast cancer.
I noticed you have your pink on your
I do,
lapel
I do,
today.
I
So tell us a little bit more about the
Yeah.
Real Men Wear Pink
Yeah.
campaign.
Well, my mom was a breast cancer survivor, twice actually. And when I see families every day that are affected with this, when they ask me if I would consider being a candidate, absolutely, because it's a wonderful foundation, and they do so much work for people. When I started digging into it, I realized just what they actually do. I mean, just a $10 donation will help transport someone
Absolutely.
to therapy or
Absolutely.
chemo or something. I mean, it's just wonderful. So I'm hosting several events in the next several weeks to raise money. Tomorrow night actually is my kickoff event.
Oh,
It's going to be at the Big Chill. We will have a silent auction, amazing gifts. Oh, wonderful, wonderful gifts there, prizes. We have Priscilla and Little Ricky will be playing. So it'll be a great night.
Oh, good. And there's always great food at the Big
Oh,
Show.
wonderful, the best, yeah. And then on Saturday night, September 29th, at my home church, Graceworks Church at Lee Highway, I'm hosting a Southern Gospel singing.
Oh, fun.
We'll have Three for Thee. Allison was actually in that group, and they were headliners in Dollywood for many, many years. Masterpiece Quartet and the Greasons. We'll have a great night. That's at 6 o'clock. Then on Friday night, October the 12th, we are at the new restaurant in Cambridge Square, Wayne Davis restaurant. It's a great new restaurant with soul food. It's going to be awesome. Another silent auction and a runway fashion show
Oh,
with Vogue
fun.
models.
That's up my alley.
Yeah, we've got a lot of good events planned. I hope we raise a lot of money for these ladies and gentlemen that fight breast cancer.
Absolutely.
It's
Now,
wonderful.
Allison, of course, I didn't know that you were singing, and so you're going to be participating in
I
one
sure
of these
will.
events.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, obviously, already being a partner with Curtis, how does it, what does it mean to you to partner with him on this other platform as well?
It means a lot because during the day, my other hat that I wear is in hospice care. I'm the bereavement coordinator for Hearth Hospice. We co-sponsor and are proud to be a part of that. I've always worked in terminal illnesses, and oncology was a big passion of mine. Both of my parents experienced cancer and passed, and so it's just where my passion is. I'm happy to give back to that for any research that will help hopefully someday get a cure.
It's amazing how things come full circle sometimes.
Absolutely.
It is.
This lady's in the Gospel Music Hall of Fame. She probably won't
Oh,
tell
yeah.
you that. She's quite an accomplished
yeah.
singer. So.
We could have probably kept that.
And then I want to mention on the first of the year, we're starting a new class for grief for families with their
Right.
children. A lot of people come to us say, I don't know how to talk to my kids
Absolutely.
about death. They'll say, Curtis, should I bring my 7-year-old to the funeral home? What do you think? So Allison has a new class, When Children Grieve, and it's going to be for parents, grandparents, anyone to go home and teach your children about death and what it's about. That will be the first week in January. We're starting that class.
It's always a tricky situation with children because
is.
they all learn at different rates. They all interpret and digest things differently. And then communication, it's like it's in small segments. They may say, oh, well, my grandmother died. And then they'll carry on as life as normal. 30 minutes later, you'll get,
Yes.
they passed away this
Exactly.
way. It's
You
different.
have to catch them by surprise and open that line of communication. I think that's the biggest thing. And if parents or grandparents have that tool and they're ready and they feel confident, rather than just going, let's go get an ice cream, it'll be okay.
Right.
Rather than shove it under the rug.
It's
then
important
we can
that we
figure out,
talk about these
Absolutely
things.
it
It
is.
is.
It is, whether they act out in behavior or in just being more quiet than usual. So we're looking forward to empowering those people
Well,
in
that's
January.
exciting. So that's going to be the start of the year, and then you do have your grief counseling that's happening on the Thursdays already. Give us those details one more time.
Every Thursday, 6:30 p.m., East Brainerd Chapel of Heritage Funeral Home.
All right, and refreshnments will be provided,
they
and
are.
then again, also support Curtis in his Real Men Wear Pink events.
Thank you, Jess.
Thursday night, Saturday, and the 12th of October.
That's it.
All right, perfect.
Great.
All right, if you want all those details, you can always give Heritage Funeral Home a call, and I'm sure Curtis will be happy to repeat any of this. All right,
You know
guys,
it.
thanks so much for joining us this
Jess.
morning.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
All right, stick with us. We'll be right back after this break on Let's Chat.